Yes, with the coming of Blue Blank, we're starting the second chapter. Welcome everyone, I'm Craven and this is Trails, the second chapter. Last time we finished the first chapter of this game by defeating the big centaur that apparently Blue Blank repaired and energized down at the old school building. Well, schoolhouse? Anyway, in the big old dungeon we did last time. And he almost got away with Claudia, Cleo, however you want to call her. But thankfully to Dorothy we managed to get out of there unscathed. But I'm pretty sure this isn't the last we're gonna hear of him, because he is of course part of Ouroboros, the organization we're trying to hunt down in search of Joshua. Let's see where it will take us today. And so the fete comes to an end, but the passion it left in my heart still burns within me. My only solace is to wait in the pale moonlight for the cold breeze of the sea to still my heated blood. Oh, sorry to make you wait. Perfect timing. You really are perfectly punctual, my friend. It would not hurt you to learn to be fashionably late, you know? Sorry, but punctual is what I am. Now, what's your report? Let us not be boorish and hurry, yes? This has been a grand evening. Allow me to savor it a little longer. Really? I'll take that as a report of I really like them then. Like? The lovely princess has stolen even more of my heart. It's a miracle I yet live, I tell you. And what's more, I met a rival in the arena of beauty and aesthetics. A rival? Me? I shall be quite busy these next few weeks, I think. You really are hopeless. You're welcome to pursue your hobbies, but do not let it interfere with the plan. You need not worry on that score, my friend. Only that note, here, take it. Very good. So, how did your experiments go? Yes, call it a 90% success rate or so. The hologram projector can accurately project for many hundreds of cells. The first two or so projections were miserable failures, I'm afraid. After the third, however, the device worked flawlessly. So some cause for concern, but not much. It does function. I'll report to the professor at once. That gospel. Truly, it's far beyond contemporary technology, and I don't simply mean its ability to negate orbments. I know it was made by the 13 factories, but how exactly does it work? I'm not sure. I'm not privy to the details. According to the professor, these phenomena are just the tip of a miracle. Ooh, so it's the stuff of miracles, is it? Miracles are the providence of she who dwells above alone. What does he mean, I wonder? Regardless, a few more experiments should make the potential of the gospel clear. With that... Ooh, we have a number of unexpected actors coming onto the stage this night. How shall this cameo end, I wonder? That's up to how our hidden mouse responds. Ha, indeed. Come now, mouse, cry for us. An actual drunken mouse. I am not sure who that little mouse is, but your life is spared, it seems. Thank Idios for your life, rodent. Bring the beer! I can't drink no more. Damn it. I coulda... Kevin, you were hiding. Nice. Okay. Thank you, Idios, Saints, and anyone else I'm forgetting for saving your humble servant. Like I need to be told to give praise to the goddess. What monsters, though? So those are the enforcers of Ouroboros, huh? Yeah, why do I feel like Kevin is a little bit more than a traveling priest? We'll find out at one point. The start of the second chapter. In Trails, the second chapter. It's gonna be a lot easier to talk about in later chapters. A little bit less confusing. Okay, we're off to Zeiss. Anyone have anything else they want to do before we go? Nope, not I. If you can't think of anything, we should be going. I can think of one piece of business. Where did Miss Dorothy go? She disappeared quite suddenly, and I'm curious as to where she could have gone. I think she went to see Nihon in the hotel. That's a good point. I think we should go say hi and thanks before we leave Rune. Yes, I think so too. We owe Dorothy our lives, really. I wanted to say goodbye to Matron Teresa and the children before we left as well, but I tried calling them from the guild a minute ago, and I think they're out. They are? Aww. I want to say goodbye too. Well, we can always write them a letter from Zeiss, you know? I bet they'd love it, in fact. And we can always come back here easily enough if you really need to. Yeah, that's true. I'll write them then. Hey, well, we'll write them. I want in too. Well, come on, my friends, let us away. To the pulsing heart of the Orbital Revolution and the seat of geniuses. Well, if the game is letting me walk around here, why write a letter? We might as well just go by them for just a little chat. Cause seeing as we are leaving Ruin and we're probably gonna be gone for quite a bit, I say let's talk to everyone as proper goodbyes before heading out. And it's also gonna be the last chance we have to play at the casino, if we wanted to. Norman doesn't consider the problems of the harbor minor issues. If he did, I sure as heck wouldn't be backing him. After all, I used to be a fisherman myself. Ooh, what's he doing in the kitchen? I lost all my travel money to go home at the casino, so I ended up having to take on a part-time job here. Yeah, don't gamble with money you do not have. I hired a part-timer who gambled away too much at the casino. Works out for me too. I could use an extra hand around here. Alright, let's see. Always check before we leave. What do I do? My husband went up and decided out of nowhere that he wants to pursue a full-time career in gambling. It's about the stupidest thing I've ever heard coming from that mouth of his. Anyone stop him. Is that the guy working behind the counter, or is it someone else on top? Alright, come on. Here we go, ace. It's your win, sir. You fought well, my good man. Just not well enough to face me. Yeah, don't get too arrogant there, or else you'll lose a lot of money. Right, what I want to check is there any other prizes here? No. I was mainly looking forward to maybe a volume 3 before we leave. But hey, it's a good thing we got here. That's the exchange rate. We don't need that yet because we have enough coins already. I'm hoping that if we do get back here at a later time, that there's going to be new prizes or maybe casinos in the other towns as well. But let's not make this entire game about gambling, because that's not what we do here. I like a nice old mini game, but don't make it a main staple thing. Uncle, you were very late. I've been waiting almost an hour now. Oh, sorry. I got a real big bite on my line out of nowhere. You've got to be kidding me. You were fishing? Inside city boundaries? Don't get so angry. If you're looking for some good local food, the Fisherman Bar in the South Block comes to mind. I would think it's a much nicer place to hang out than a casino. Yep, and less risk to lose all your money. Well, certain people at least. What really matters is character. I've decided to vote based on which candidate proves to have the best character. I'm playing outside with Get today. It's so much fun. Mom has been staring at the poster for a while, but the kind of poster isn't even that cool. Yeah, he's not even an action figure, come on. Together, to connect, to be severed, and to be blown apart. Just like the clouds in the sky, in exchange for one's freedom, one must bear countless farewells. Is it like a play on what we're doing in this game? Like, we travel far, we say goodbyes, we get blown apart by enemies. Yeah, I see a connection there. Okay. Person is gone from the museum. Our hotel's room service extends to taking orders from local dining establishments. One of our proud services is to allow you to enjoy the offerings from local eateries leisure in your own room. That is actually very nice. Probably comes at a price though. Welcome to candidate Norman's election office. They're in the middle of a very critical meeting, so I'm afraid I can't let you pass. I'm sorry, but if you have business, please come again another time. I totally understand, and I will be back at some point. For now, I've taken on a part-time job to help with the election. I've just started, but I guess things are going okay. Thankfully, my dad's too busy to have much time to worry about me, it seems. Yeah, he doesn't want him to be a risk. Hello! You guys. I heard from Dorothy that you guys solved our little ghost problem. Yeah, we did, but is Dorothy okay? Well, she was yammering on drowsily about what happened. When she was finished, she conked right out, so I had to put her to bed. I'm afraid we did drag her along with us in the dead of night. Not only that, but we owe her our lives. She's earned a bit of rest. A real reporter can go a week without sleep when he's got a scoop. Oh yeah, some of the stuff she was talking about sounded wild, but she really didn't explain it at all. Mind if I ask you guys a few questions? Sure, go ahead. Estelle gave Niall an outline of their encounter with Blue Blank and answered his questions. Alright, I think I get it now. Son of a... Phantom Thief B himself is in Liberl, and he's one of those Ouroboros people? Kinda wish I hadn't heard that. What? Now, you know about the masked weirdo? Oh yeah, he's a famous thief who caused a stir in every major city on the continent. If he wants something, he'll get it. And he always steals things with a big old show. For a Phantom, he's got the love for drama, that's for sure. That certainly matches the man we meet beneath the schoolhouse, yes. Well, he even admitted he's Phantom Thief B from those cards, so... Like I said though, thievery is one thing, but he's also a lackey of the society. Wouldn't think Ouroboros would have use for someone like him, but at the same time, they do? It's terrifying. Now, I'm curious. Do you intend to write an article about what happened? Nah, the Guild and the Royal Army asked me not to report on anything to do with the society. I'll probably end up writing about someone's ill-intended crime of pleasure or something. With the coup d'etat foiled, the kingdom is beginning to settle. I do see the wisdom in this. There is little sense in terrifying the populace with news of a dangerous secret society. Just yet. Yeah, I ain't happy about it as a reporter, but I guess I see where the government is coming from. Still, if anything else happens, tell me about it, yeah? Oh, of course. Anyway, we're off to Zeiss. Ah, right. I've got a draft I need to write up, so I can see you off. But... Want me to wake Dorothy? No, it's okay. She's fast asleep and I hate to disturb her. Give her our best when she gets up, okay? Will do. Be careful, guys.
So cute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna snore all the way in my camera. But it was a really big snore. Alright. Hey, you guys! Your braces, right? Yeah, is something wrong? You look kind of frazzled. There's something I'd like you to investigate urgently. Could you come right now? Sure? Or do you want to say no and look over the city first? No, I'm afraid that if I say no, I might get minus points, because this is sounding urgently. And if we don't handle it like that, the client might not be happy, so I have to say yes. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, I owe you. So, where should we go? Head to Norman's election office. It's on the top floor of the hotel. Here, I'll show you the way. I'm telling you, I didn't. Hurry up and let me go home. I've got work to do. No, calm down. Just bear with us until the braces arrive. Once their investigation is done, you can leave. Speak of the devil. See, here they are. That sure was fast, Harry. Yeah, I locked out and ran into some bracers right away. This is Norman. I'm sure you've seen him on the posters around the city. One of the guys running for mayor, I think. I'm Estelle Bright, of the Bracer Guild. I am Sherazard Harvey, also a bracer. So let's get to it. What happened? One of our campaigners, Dels, was injured by someone. In other words, it's an assault case. An assault? Well, that's never a nice thing to hear. Is the victim okay? Yes, he's still here. He was unconscious for a bit, but it was thankfully nothing serious. Phew, good to hear it. There's nothing good about it. The back of my head still hurts, like you wouldn't believe. The back of your head, huh? Were you attacked from behind? Yes, ma'am. Right out of the blue, too. I was taking a breather on the balcony, and then all of a sudden, from behind, thud. How vicious. Ouch, sounds nasty. When did the incident occur? Give us any information that happened before and after. Sure, it happened today just after lunch. Norman and I were checking out a potential location for a speech by the bridge. Cooper here had just turned up then. When I talked to him, he said he had some important business with Norman. What kind of business? Portos told me to come apologize for the mess on the bridge. It's not like it's all my fault, but I did sort of make it worse. Ah, I see. You came in to say sorry for the scuffle. Yes, but Norm was still very busy at the time. We asked Cooper if he could wait in the office area. That's when I showed him this room. I returned to the hotel not too long afterwards. I entered the room with Harrio, who had been waiting outside the office, and there was Dels, unconscious on the balcony. And Cooper was right there, standing over him. I'm trying to tell you, why does that make me the criminal? He was already out cold when I'd reached the balcony. I understand what Cooper's saying, but it's only natural to suspect him given the circumstances. There was no one in this room except Cooper and Dels. Is that true? After I brought Cooper, I was on watch outside the door. No one entered until Norman got here. No matter how you look at it, that means these two were alone. You're absolutely positive? Yeah, it's true, but it's like I said. When I went out to the balcony, Dels was already on the floor. So let me get this straight. The crime was already committed by the time you came, is that right? Yeah, exactly. And thanks, Ideos. Finally there's someone who gets it. In that case, it had to be someone who entered the room before Cooper. Dels, do you remember anything? Well, it's possible that someone came in. People go in and out of this office all the time though. Even if someone had, I wouldn't have thought much of it. Fair enough. It's an election office, so that makes sense. At least we have a good idea of what's going on. The culprit behind this attack must be one of two people. Cooper? Or someone who came before him in this room. We should be able to narrow it down if we get enough proof. Think we ought to start questing? If there's nothing else to be cleaned over, yes. If you gentlemen can think of anything else, please, tell me now. Even if it seems trivial or unimportant. Alright, then I have one more thing I'd like to add. There was something that occurred to me as I was looking through the room after the incident. Were there signs it has been rummaged around in? Not at all, just the opposite in fact. It actually felt like it was cleaner than before. Huh? Is it a serial cleaner on the loose? One way to interpret it would be as a disguise to hide the fact that the room has been searched. Of course, it appears they went too far, inadvertently arousing suspicion in the process. That's not a bad train of thought. Incidentally, who are you? I was waiting for that question. I am a traveling bard, a poetic soul wandering the wilds, a genius. Sure, it's nothing's been stolen, then isn't the idea that it's a disguise pretty weak? At this stage, I don't think there's any point in worrying about motive. I agree. You've grown even bolder since our last rendezvous, Estelle. Your training at the local was most fruitful. You're simply stunning. Olivier. Oh, just ignore him. Now, if there's nothing else you can tell us, we should go questioning. Certainly. She's begun to master how to handle Olivier, I see. Oh, good luck with the investigation. We'll come report once we have an answer. Good. We're counting on you to get to the bottom of this. Now, how should we go about things? I mean, this hotel is pretty big. It's best if you split into two. Estelle, go with Her Highness and I will go with Olivier. We're lucky to have them as assistants, so let's make good use of them. Good point. Ready to kick some investigation ass, Chloe? Of course. Assisting companions is only natural for a hunter of love. You sure don't miss a beat, do you? Alright, our first order of business is to gather information on the suspect. If you go around asking about Cooper, something should turn up. Should you go get a clearer picture of the criminal, come back here. So, once we found the criminal, go report to you? No problem. Let's go see what we can find out. My graceful conversational skills finally have their time in the spotlight. Yeah, if I have to gather based upon what's been said, it could be Belden. Hear me out. We just know, because we were at the basement level, that he started working here. Part-time. Meaning, he could be cleaning rooms. Working at the hotel. So what if he came up here cleaning, seeing as being the son of Norman, nobody would even bat an eye for him coming here? And maybe while cleaning by accident, he knocked him in the back of the head and just left without knowing anything. I think that's the most plausible scenario I know at the moment. I don't think it's gonna be Cooper, it would be too obvious. Yes. Cooper was standing next to Dels, who was lying on the ground. He looked at me and seemed very surprised. He wasn't excited or worked up, but he did appear tremendously shocked. I say this many times as you like, I only found Dels. If we'd been fighting, someone would have heard a sound, but no one said anything, did they? Of course they didn't, because I was politely seated at the sofa. I lost consciousness immediately, so I didn't see who hit me. Even catching a glance would have been better than nothing at all. A sound, you say? That will probably be the ground of me getting hit. I heard a hell of a bang in my head, that's for sure. Okay, so it was hit pretty hard. Well, yes, Cooper's right. I was standing in front of the door, but it was quiet the whole time in the room. If there had been some kind of argument, I'm sure I would have noticed. Cooper's face went white as a sheet the moment he saw us. He was surely dismayed at having been witness at the crime scene. Yeah, that's an interpretation, doesn't mean that's actually it. Alright, see anything here we can interact with? Alright. Mr. Cooper is a guest who comes here only on very rare occasions. Mostly we have his patronage for work-related gatherings. Ah, a sound you say? Unfortunately, I heard no such thing. Alright, yeah, he's too far away. It would be impossible for him to hear anything. Because if he did, then the others would have been lying, so it's not very logical. When Cooper came to the hotel, I was in the lobby. I don't know, he looked angry, I guess? I thought something might happen. And then, just like I thought, something did happen. Yeah, he looked pissed off to me, but it was right after the big mess on the bridge. It's only natural he'd be angry. A sound? I didn't really hear anything. Haven't you left yet? Yeah, actually, a case suddenly popped up. What do you mean? Well, Estelle explained the assault case to now. Ah, I see. You don't seem too interested. Yeah, I doubt it's big enough to make an article out of. Well, just in case, once you solve it, tell me what you got. Yeah, will do. Still too cute. Yeah, I know him. He's that young fella working at the harbor. Like everyone else these days, he's been involved with the election. A sound? Thinking about it, I did hear a loud noise from above. Above from here? You mean the balcony? Probably around there, yeah? It was an impressive sound, like something had run into something else with a smack. Can't recall exactly what I'd heard it though. That's too bad. Still, this is all good stuff to know. Thanks, sir. Oh, was Cooper that angry? Well, youngsters get worked up so easily these days. Okay, so it did hear a loud sound, so something happened outside and not inside. Or else Cooper and Harriet would have heard about it. So could it be that maybe he was struck by a seagull? I'm just throwing out random ideas out there and see how they sound. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? I fear I cannot agree. Mr. Cooper seemed generally normal. So does it mean that Belden is lying, trying to push the blame to someone else than him? The evening view here is probably quite breathtaking. If at the time, I would share a drink with the night sky and savor the embrace of its starry folds. He didn't seem particularly angry when I met him at the bridge. Well, perhaps something happened while I was being led to the hotel. I was angry? Pfft, that's crazy. If you're gonna say that, Harry's attitude was way worse than mine, I think. The moment he saw me, he made this really nasty face. If you're asking about Harrio, I bet you'll turn up some dirt. Him and Dales are rivals, competing to be the number 2 in Norman's camp. I'm sure they couldn't come to terms and ended up in a tussle. It's unbelievable that you would suspect Harrio. In the first place, you're suggesting that he would hurt his co-worker? And what would possibly be motivating him to do such a thing? Was Cooper angry? I didn't really look that way, but... I had an unpleasant expression, you say? Well, of course, after a fuss like that, who wouldn't? What does it have to do with the case? Is that so? Well, I'm not sure I can really help with that. There's no way Harrio did it. I testified to it myself. There's no bad blood between us whatsoever. We even work together. Ah, sorry, I got excited and made my head hurt. Now let's look outside once more. Because I think the last clue will probably be somewhere around here, but it could just as well be that we need to find out what it is before we can actually find it. Alright. Wait, this way's the exit. I better get back to questioning. Okay, almost accidentally walked outside. You doubt even Hario? He isn't the kind of person to resort to violence. Hario is the most loyal man. He would never commit such a criminal act. Oh. Are you done questioning in the office? Yes, we're done here. How about you? It's going okay, I guess? I'm still checking out stuff. Keep it up and don't get careless. Leave it to me. Okay, so where did they go down here? The people at the front are acting most peculiarly. If you push them with questions, you might uncover something new. Yep, and that's why we keep asking the new stuff. So you're checking out Hario? He did kind of look unhappy when he got back to the hotel. That's probably because he was with Cooper, though. Well, that could be it. Hario's that young merchant fella, yeah? If he wants to be a merchant, I think he needs to have a bit more oomph to him, you hear me? He got gullible written all over him. He'll get people ripping him off at every turn if he doesn't shape up. Nice to know, doesn't do anything for my case. Yeah, that little bit of doubt at Hario is suspicious. What is it? What's on your mind? If you're hiding something, you just come out and say it. Trying to hide things will only lead to bigger trouble. I'm sorry. Feel like talking? Yes, actually. I saw him. I saw Hario on the second floor. And when was that? Right after lunch. Hario went out with Norman, but however, shortly after that Hario came back and ran up to the second floor. Whoa, that's kinda important to know. Estelle, I want you to pursue this lead. We'll look around here for a little bit longer. Got it. Yeah, I want to see if there are extra options. Let's talk. Yeah, we had paella for lunch. I ate on my own in the lobby. It's kind of suffocating to eat in the same room as my dad. Still, you know what? My dad's pretty unfair. He feeds us normal boring stuff and then he gets special paella just for himself. Is that so? What, was it that different? Yeah, it was way better. The special one got like a mountain of shrimp. Guess he didn't have much of an appetite though. He left a lot behind. What a waste. Did he just finish his dad's lunch while he was maybe cleaning the room? Maybe. About lunch? I went to eat at the Lavender today. I've always been in the habit of going out to lunch as soon as I hear the bell toll. The bell toll? Oh, the bell on the Langland Bridge. Remember? It rang when the bridge went up. Oh yeah. Yeah, it did ring. It always rings at certain times, see? I use it in place of a clock. That sure is convenient. Kinda big to use in place of a clock though. Hey Estelle, it might be good to ask some people about the bell toll. Why? Well, they should be able to clearly remember the sound of a bell ringing. It might act as a guidepost for their memory, like with Mr. Murray. Ah, I get it. Nice one, Chloe. Very intellectual advice. You flatter me. Not sure what you two are giggling about, but I'm glad I was able to help. You sure were. Okay, let's go ask around. Right. Come on, why would I lie about something like that? I was in the hotel basement, so I didn't notice at all. Well, it's true. Murray is outside, so if the bell for the bridge was ringing, it would be a much logical place to hear it. But Dels should be able to hear it as well, because he was outside on the balcony. The bell? Oh, you mean the bell in the Grand Bridge. I remember reading about that before somewhere. Ah, yes. It was in a guidebook. Lunch was ordered from the Lavender. Everyone had their lunch where they saw fit. The noon bridge bell? Yeah, at that time I was preparing the guest rooms. Once that was finished, I next organized the utensils. Someone had cleaned the plates in the office, so I was able to finish work quickly. The office plates were clean? So that means there was someone who went into the office after lunch. Indeed. When I was preparing the guest rooms, they cleaned up, it seemed. The plates were stacked out at the front. Of course, exactly which kind of guest it was, I couldn't say, unfortunately. Ah, too bad. Guess we'll have to ask around ourselves. Yeah, I'm going down again. I'm still suspecting him. Who cleaned up the dishes in the office? Don't know. I wouldn't go to that much trouble. They've been killing time in the hotel basement after lunch. Someone cleaned up the place for Ernest? It's a rare thing to have someone so considerate of others nowadays. Alright. Yeah. After lunch, Norman went to have a good look at the site where he was going to give a speech. I had some stuff I had to do, so I met up with him later. The rest is as I explained before. But Harry-o, you went to the second floor, didn't you? Excuse me? There's no point in hiding it, we have witnesses. I'm not hiding anything. I just realized I forgot something and went back to the office to pick it up. Was there anyone in the office at that time? Dels was there doing work. I didn't see anyone else. Great, that's plenty, thanks. Don't misunderstand, please. I wasn't trying to hide that I'd gone to the second floor. Don't worry, we haven't decided you're the criminal or anything. Just don't forget that this kind of thing only makes you look worse. I look forward to your future assistance, sir. Ah, guilt tripping. I heard the bell toll, yes. I think it was when I was meeting with Norman by the bridge. Then Cooper showed up and I showed him the way to here. Who cleaned up? No idea. Someone must have done it while I was out. Were the plates and such cleaned by the time you got back to the office? I don't know. I wasn't exactly paying attention, so I can't say for sure. Yeah, we ordered food from the Lavender. Man, it was good. The sound of the bridge bell? Now that you mention it, I do think I've heard that before I got hit. I'm sorry. Matt feels like a wreck right now, nothing too clear. Now that you mention it, who did clean up? I'm sorry, I just don't remember. But you were in the office, weren't you? You'd normally notice it if someone came to clean. You're right, I would. Even I think it's odd. Yeah, so maybe they cleaned after they knocked him out. Ah yes, we ordered lunch today from the Lavender. I don't want my companions getting sick of eating the same food again and again, so I thought we'd try something different. Wow, that's nice of you to do that. That's as much a part of politics as the campaign itself. Haha, indeed it is. I'll admit, my nerves have been on edge for some time now. It hasn't been easy to keep my eyes on everything, day in, day out. I'm sorry to hear that. Yikes, that sounds pretty rough. Putting that aside, sir, what did you do after lunch? After lunch, Harry and I immediately went to examine the place my speech is to be held at. Harry had some other business to attend to first, and met up with me at the site. So you left right after lunch and met up with Harry outside. Alright, that's all I need to hear. Oh, I'm happy to have helped. Keep up the good work, you two. When did the bridge bell ring? It went off when Harrio and I were checking out the speech site together. Harrio was there too? Yes, he was already there. Just as the bell was ringing, Cooper showed up. I then asked Harrio to show him to the hotel. I see. Then it's sure. Who would have done it? All I know is that they were cleaned while I was away. So you don't know either, sir? I'm afraid not. I don't know who it was, but I worry that I may have left them a terrible impression. Pardon? What do you mean? In truth, I haven't had much of an appetite lately, and have quite a lot of paella I got for lunch uneaten. I'd request that Ernest get me one of the special paellas in secret, yet left it virtually untouched. It's embarrassing to think about it, how wasteful that was. Ah, I see. It must be real stressful to be running an election. Come on, there had to be some information, because someone ate the paella and then cleaned it up. So they ordered from a Levanter? That sure is nice. Well, I'll try asking Portos if we can do something like that. The bridge stall? Yeah, I was running across the bridge in a real hurry. I met Norman right about the same time by the bridge. It's all lined up. You're looking for the person who cleaned up the plates? Look, who cares? Just hurry up and prove me innocent. I'm missing something. I need more information. Do we miss somebody in the rooms? Is there a cleaner that I just have missed? Ew, I'm afraid my power is ebbing. I was raised in the city, so I fear I'm dreadful without standing around. As they say, the more beautiful the flower, the easier it wilts. I don't know. Just trying to see if I missed anything. But he knew about the special paella, and that's... wait a sec. What's with that weird face? Did I say something weird? No, it's just... Hey, Belden. You said you had lunch on the first floor, right? Yeah, that's right. What about it? Norman ate on the second floor. How did you know what Norman ate when you were on the first floor? Oh, that... I saw it afterwards. Oh. But... And there it is. I was right from the start. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, actually, I heard from someone else. I don't remember who it said though. Maybe you should investigate that next? That's so obviously suspicious. Okay. Let's talk to Ernest, see if he saw him on the first floor. Nothing indicating here. Yes, we ordered lunch today from the Levanter. Putting that aside, sir, what did you do after lunch? After lunch, yes, it's still the same text. Who would be different? Because I probably need to go back to an older investigation point to trigger a response, just like with Belden. He heard it from somebody, he just doesn't know who. Sure, I went up to the second floor, but I just went to pick up something I forgot. It wasn't anything important, so I didn't see any reason to mention it. Copper plates. Because there is not a Belden reference here that we can talk to, right? No, it has to be the lunch. After lunch, Norman and Harry both left. Here, a lady came back and went up to the second floor. I was raised in the city, so I fear I'm dreadful with standing around. Who is the missing link? Or are we now roughly at the end of the clues, and do we need to make a decision on who was it? Ah, yeah, you have to go through the hotel to get there. This is a little bit different. Yep, I do. I can't fly across the sea now, can I? Good point. So, do you see anyone in the hotel at the time? Well, Ernest was on the first floor, of course, but the rest was real quiet. There was no one there? Yeah, I'd say so. The basement and the first floor were both pretty quiet when I passed through. Norman's son was there when I came back, though. Norman's son? Oh, you mean Belden? Yeah, that's more than enough. No, it was nothing. But it is not a talking point, is it? Come on, he was seen. I need a Belden option. That's what I'm missing. Talk to everyone who might have seen him. Were you really in the basement the whole time? What? Why? There's someone who passed through the basement right after the bell rang. According to their testimony, no one was here. That can't be right. I was right here the whole time. So we can't establish an alibi. Just in case, we should probably ask around about Belden too. So when the bell rang, I was on the ground. I was in the basement the whole time after lunch. No, he wasn't. By Belden, you mean that kid? He wasn't in the basement, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, his case is falling apart. Young Belden? I'm afraid I didn't see him around when the bell rang. I was preparing the guest rooms at the time, you see. Where was Belden when the bell rang? I don't know, but is he a suspect? Where was Belden when the bell rang? Couldn't tell you, unfortunately, I was out at the time. My son's location when the bell rang could pose a problem, you say? If you have real cause for suspicion, you needn't hesitate on my part. You're welcome to confront Belden and question him. Or was Belden when the bell rang? How the hell am I supposed to know? Jeez. A little bit more friendly, please. Alright. How can we grill him? Because the fact that with this, that's so, when the bell rang, I was on the ground. Is it true? I was in the basement, so I didn't hear the bell. Really? What would I lie? Yeah, I know what he's doing. He ate the paella of his father, cleaned up after himself, and somewhere in between something happened. Who's gonna trigger the next response? Did you remember something? No, you asked about it a second ago, did you? The big sound. Ah, the sound, like something smacking into the something, right? Yeah, that thing. Well, I remember something now. The sound happened as it were time to the bell. At least to my ears. Time to the bell? So basically, you heard the sound of the bell at roughly the same time as that big sound. Well, if you want to make it sound all boring, yeah. Yeah, the sound was something caused by the criminal. Then someone without an alibi, when the bell rang, is the criminal. Yeah, we should check out people we suspect. Belden! I've been suspecting him from day one. A sound? I didn't really hear anything. No Belden? Okay, slowly but surely we're getting there. Unexpectedly, this episode is going totally different than I thought it was going to. We actually have someone who testified hearing a loud sound. He apparently heard the sound of something colliding with something else from around the balcony area. Do you have any idea what it could have been? Something colliding with something else? Nope, didn't hear any sound like that. So Cooper and the balcony sound are unrelated. According to the testimony we got, the sound happening right after the bell stopped ringing, so that would line up with what we've heard from Cooper himself. Yeah, so he's already not a suspect any longer, but I want to nail Belden for it. Well, yes, Cooper's right. I was standing in front of the door but it was quiet the whole time in the room. If there has been some kind of argument, I'm sure I would have noticed. But there was someone who testified hearing a big sound. It said it sounded like something smacking into something else on the balcony. Well, I didn't hear it. I can say for sure that I didn't hear anything of the like when I was here. According to the testimony we got, that big sound happened right after the bell stopped ringing. If that's true, then Harry isn't connected to the big sound that was heard by the balcony. Okay, so now at least we've got official confirmation that Harry isn't part of this. So we are scratching people off the list. Harry was there too? This was also ringing Cooper showed up. And then asked her to show him to the hotel. I see, then it's sure. So then Estelle, there's no connection between the sound Mira heard and Harry-O. Yeah, not just Harry-O, but Cooper seems in the clear too. The sound Mira heard was just after the bell finished ringing, but both men can prove they were with Norman at the time. In other words, whoever made that sound was neither Harry-O nor Cooper. This virtually eliminates any chance of them being the criminal. Yes, that's true. We need to reuse options in order to trigger a new part of conversation. So it's just really, it feels a little bit busy work, but we're getting there. Alright. Which one is it gonna be? I believe we're almost done here. Let's hurry up and solve this so we can enjoy a cup in celebration. I know who it is, but I want to make sure we have the final step of this investigation. It's a little bit different. But you're in the office. Shall we just then end the investigation and accuse Belden? But the thing is, if we don't have all the clues we need to point in his direction, because we have a lot of things, he has no alibi, we can disprove that by evidence of other people in here, but if we're missing one aspect of it, we lose this case, reputation, maybe even minus points. Yeah, because the sound already happened before they got here. One more talk to the old guy, just to be sure. Because he's been like the linchpin in this entire thing. Yeah, I think that's really all we're gonna get from him. Alright, one more old text, and then we're gonna go to Ernest and end this investigation, because I can't see anything else here. It looks like we're not far from the resolution. Once you fixed on a suspect, come report to me. Yeah, because like, we've talked to everyone multiple times with multiple suspects and nothing is changing anymore, so... Shall we call it? I hope I'm not missing anything. Do you know who the criminal is? So, who's your suspect? The Raven Boy, is it? You have real proof, yes? First, explain the reason you discounted the original suspect. He has a solid alibi. Cooper was outside when the sound was heard. Norman's testimony corroborates this, and we can say for sure it's accurate. If that was the sound of the crime being committed, then there's a very small chance Cooper is the criminal. That's a logical interpretation, and the same thing also absolves Hario of any suspicion. Yeah, it does. Hario met up with Norman, so we're sure. Next, you need to explain this suspect's crime. What kind of proof do you have? He has no alibi. You prove it his alibi. I have valuable testimony that refutes his alibi. Cooper and Hario has already been cleared as the culprit, so this person remains as the final possibility. Yes, it does look that way by process of elimination. Ultimately though, that's nothing but circumstantial evidence. Do you have any more decisive proof? He knew about the special paella, that's true. I don't know if it's a decisive, but something did bother me, and that's the testimony about the special paella. And what's this about? Yeah, so Belden testified that he ate lunch on the first floor, but somehow we saw the paella Norman ate. He even knew that Norman barely ate it. In other words, he went to the second floor. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Alright, I'm satisfied. In this case, we'll have to call him in and hear what he has to say first. We can't go straight to an arrest with the proof we have on hand. Okay, got it. Okay, so it does sound a little bit alright? What? Why did you call me? I didn't do anything. No, calm down. Nothing's been decided here. If you can help out with the investigation, you can go home right after. Help? Yeah, we just want to be frank with us. Where did you go after lunch? Like I said, I was in the basement. Just to warn you, as long as you keep lying, you're not getting out of here. You weren't in the basement the whole time. We already know that. You didn't do anything wrong. Then you should be able to be honest and tell the truth. Or is the truth too scary to admit? Fine, I'll talk. Today, after lunch, I went to the office. I went to go clean up. Clean up? So the person who returned the plates to the front was... Yeah, it was me. Everyone seemed busy, so I figured I'd clean up. While I was cleaning up, I thought I'd tidy the office, but... I didn't think that would happen. Hold on, you're not making any sense. You just cleaned up after, right? What does that have anything to do with the case? Ah, I've got an idea. Yeah, actually... Dels was eating the lunch of his father, he got mad? Ah, I see. I understand Belden came to this room to clean, but I'm not sure how that correlates. What does this have to do with the assault on Dels? It has a lot to do with it. Well, let's hear him say it himself. Go on, explain. Yeah, Well, once I finished cleaning the room, I thought I'd head back. Well, since I tidied up a lot of stuff, the room was really dusty. I thought I'd open the balcony door to air it out, but my hands were full of plates. I didn't have any choice, so I kicked the door as hard as I could. Wait, you mean the door? Yep, it's exactly what you think. The door's the criminal that knocked out Dells. The door flying open slammed right into the back of your head. In other words, the truth of the case is an unlucky accident. What? So then... I'm innocent, right? Seems like it. Phew, man oh man, finally free and clear. Still, what a mess. Why didn't you volunteer this information at the beginning? If you just told us the truth, things wouldn't have gone nearly this far. I'm sorry. Come on, he's telling the truth now, give him a break, okay? He had the courage to talk about it in the end, so everything worked out. As the victim here, I'd just like to forgive and forget. It's already clear that this was all a misunderstanding. Of course, I'd like him to be a bit more careful opening doors in the future if he could. Dells, I'm really sorry. And you too, Cooper. You almost got turned into a criminal. Oh, you don't need to worry about me. I'm in the clear, and that's good enough for me. Well, that settles things. Ah, thank goodness. And that's our report. Bracers, I'm sorry for today. It seems we've taken up a great deal of your time over just a big mistake. Don't worry about it. This is part of the job too. Well then, pardon us. Thank you guys so much. Really, I'm very sorry. Take care. Phew. Well, that's done and over with, finally. I wouldn't have dreamt it would end like that though. Truth is always stranger than fiction. However, as your valued assistant, take great pride in our completion of this most puzzling assignment. You didn't do a damn thing. Oh, but I really do appreciate your help, Chloe. You gave a ton of good advice. It was a big help during the investigation. I'm always happy to help. There's no need to thank me though, Estelle. Right, I guess you two are our support staff already, aren't you? Indeed. You will have to you do what needs to be done. Yeah, this really throws a bit of shade on Olivier in it, because he really didn't do anything. Alright, let's head out. Next up is the Zeiss region. Alright, well, I'm gonna instantly leave it here, because this was the second house we've gone through in a round across Ruin. I don't even want to know what the rest will turn up. Maybe even more quests. So, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope to see you again all on the next episode. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, hit that like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.